Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here with us. We are so excited. It's a beautiful thing that's happening and you're in from the very beginning, and that means so much to me and to all of us. Sort of a build it and they will come thing, and this is the proof that they will come. So I'm really happy to see you. And wow, some familiar names. I'm really happy that you're here. Yay! Good. So there might be a few more people about to show up, but while we're beginning, why don't everyone go to the chat function? You'll see that in the little toolbar off to the side of the screen, and just chat in a hello and where you are joining us from in the world tonight. And for some of you, it's very late. I'm really glad you've been staying up late to do this with us. It's amazing, that kind of commitment to get up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to tap. Wow. So we have Austin, Texas in the house. And San Francisco. Venice, California. I'm here in Austin, Texas. I know we've got one person here from the UK. St. Paul, Minnesota. Hi, Gina. Benedict, calling in from France. Wow. A group of us together in Austin. You are on our big screen. Wow. I hadn't considered that possibility. Good. Rob from Tucson, Arizona, 104 degrees. Oh, honey, it's cooler in Texas. Glad you're here. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started as more people are entering the room. And so I hope that you've been thinking this week about what you'd like to tap on. And hi, Joan, Northern Cali. And I hope that you picked something very specific to work on. Tapping works best when you focus it on an aspect of your life and then all the little sub-aspects. And I wanted to address something at the beginning of the call. Lots of people are telling me, oh, I'm tapping, and what I think I'm tapping on keeps changing as I go. Am I doing something wrong? The answer is no. Your emotions are all linked, your thoughts are all linked, your feelings are all linked, and as you start to track one piece, you'll find that it's connected over here, connected over there, connected over there. There's 2 ways to handle it. My first recommendation is to tap as thoroughly as you can on what you started with until it feels pretty neutral, and then move to the sub-aspects. Sometimes that's possible, and sometimes you're just going down the rabbit hole, and you need to chase that rabbit all the way down and just start way down there at the bottom. So I know that I say yes to both of those things, and they're both opposites. Do the best you can. Take notes if you think that there's some emotional charge that didn't get really taken care of as you chase that rabbit down the rabbit hole, and come back to it later. Okay? All right, so I'd like to introduce to you our fine, beautiful team of loving beings who have dedicated their lives to healing, to their own inner work, and to helping the planet evolve and spiral up. So I'd like to start with Finn Dearheart and hear just a moment from him about why he's here in the circle with us.
Hey there, I'm Finn. I'm a personal trainer in Austin, Texas, and I'm Sonya's trainer. And basically, I like EFT because of its immediacy, and whenever I'm trying to accept something that I happen to be in resistance about, maybe, or some kind of change in my life that I want or in others, I find it to be very effective for that. And also just for stress relief in general, whenever something feels anxious to me or anybody else, it's just such an immediate feeling of relief to start feeling everything calm down, and you can have a clear perspective. So I like it for that.
Yay. I'll tell you, I work out with him often, and I'm under a tree on these TRX straps and burping and tapping and processing, and it's an amazing tool to use in conjunction with working on your body. Thank you for helping us that way. All right, would you like to say hello, Jennifer? And tell us who you are, why you're here in the circle?
Yeah. Hey guys, good to be here. First week as we officially launch, so I feel really happy about this moment, and it's just going to keep building. Been helping Sonya for just over 2.5, 3 years now, and yeah, we're finally here. I've been doing tapping for about 7 years, and I just really love it. In the same way that Finn loves it, it is just really immediate, and you know, I've been using it in one of my core things is relationships, and helping a lot of people through relationships and tapping, and you can just see how we take on so much from our parents and from our lineage, and how easy it is with tapping to recognize that it's not personal and that it was no one's fault. And when we can really do that, we just start to see it dissolve so quickly. So I have Sonya to thank for that, and I'm so excited to share it with everyone.
Thank you, Jennifer. And she's also our tech goddess, so she's responsible for so much of the good things that are happening here and dedicated hours and hours of her life to making sure that we all get together. Thank you. Donna Goldenflame, let's hear about why you're here and a little bit about who you are.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jonna Goldenflame, and I'm joining you all from San Francisco today. And I've been using EFT in my own life for almost 10 years. And, you know, I've been talking about this each week, about how I was really struggling with anxiety and with anxiety attacks. And I was astounded that I was able to clear the emotional trauma that was giving me such great anxiety. At the time, I had memories that were resurfacing from childhood abuse, and it was really making me feel crazy, and I didn't know what was wrong with me or how to handle it. And when I started working with Sonya, I just saw, you know, at first I saw something happening, and I wasn't really sure what, but I stuck with it, and in the time of a year, I stopped having anxiety attacks completely, and that's really what led me to want to become a practitioner. And so now I walk people through those same dark emotional journeys. That's the terrain that I like to travel on, because I know what it's like to go through those very dark, scary spaces when you don't know if you can trust your emotions or your mind. And you know, I just want to say to everyone out there who's working on something that feels like an uphill battle like that, or you just don't know if it's going to work, to just hang in there, that we're here to support you and take you through to the other side. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jonna. And she's right. It takes a little time sometimes, and sometimes the results are also immediate, and usually there's a mix of those two things, but you will get there. Maya, let's hear about why you're here, what you're up to.
Hi, I'm here from San Francisco, and when I first came to EFT, I already had a background in holistic health, and I was diagnosed with a chronic illness when I was 12. So I had been studying all kinds of ways to manage my stress and keep myself healthy, and I opened a healing center, and I got excessively stressed out, and I needed something different than the tools I already had, and Sonya was there, and our paths crossed, and I really took a chance. And when I first started, I had red nose, red face, red chest, arthritis, couldn't get out of my bed, my hair was falling out, and so it's 8 years later, and I don't look like that anymore, and I dance for hours at a time, and I'm happy. And I needed to to go underneath everything and see what was happening inside of me that I was shutting down. And I got such great relief from EFT immediately, and the physical symptoms of chronic illness, it took longer for it to move through, but it did. And EFT is the most versatile tool that I found along my journey, and I'm so happy to have used myself as an experiment to get really good results, and to be able to share it with people who have chronic illness as kind of a bridge, so that you have access to alternative tools besides Western medicine. I think that this can be used with anything, and it doesn't have any side effects, which I really love, because all those medications have a lot of side effects, and you really want to figure out how to bring harmony back into your body, and this is just an excellent tool to make it happen. So I'm so happy to be here, and I love all these people, and I'm excited about Circle today.
Yay, me too. All right, so let's get to work. I'm going to show you a survey that says Core Causes Questionnaire. You're about to see in the pop-ins tab, if you click over on the side of your screen, you'll see something that says pop-ins, and when you click that at the bottom, you'll see a big button that says Get Started, take the survey now. Click that if you can, and take the survey and hit submit. You'll have about 5 minutes. We're also going to do a screen share for those 5 minutes for anyone who just needs to look at the screen and can't actually take the survey because of the device you're logged in on. And we also have a link that we can send you. If you put in the chat box that you can't read it, we'll send you a link where you can go to my website and look at the survey from there. But you should be able to get in with that button. All right. We'll see you in 5 minutes. Feel free to write the answers down if you want to. That's another way to do this. You have about 30 more seconds to finish up and hit submit so we get the results in. So just a few more seconds. Good, and if everyone will just click submit, and we'll get those results here in just a second and see what we're all working on tonight collectively. Okay, can you all see that? Here it looks like most people are working on relationships tonight, which will be great because we haven't focused too much on that in these circles yet. And going down to lots of fear and anxiety. Looks like a pretty even spread sadness there. Some feelings of being unloved, trapped. You can see that it's pretty much all of those. Most popular answer is always at the top. Not good enough. I wish I could change the world's values of themselves so that everyone could feel good enough for life for everything that we're doing. Hopefully that's what we're doing here. You can see what people are thinking. I'll deal with this later. I'm not ready. I'm too much. Permanently damaged. Too hard. People feeling stuck, wanting to give up. What does your culture say about this issue? Spiritual pursuits can't make money, give up, you're a slut, polyamory is dangerous, work is hard, I'll get hurt, things are out of sync, you're nothing, nothing you can do about it. Just ask for what you want. It's easy. People don't change, relationships don't exist. Oh. Okay, even spread across the dark color spectrum. Here we go. Red, dark, black, gray, brown, yellowish. A lot of people saying this started from before they were born, and or that it's been my entire life. Okay, so we can tap on those feelings as well. No matter where this issue started. Could have started with your parents and the way their relationships were before you even got here. Most people blaming themselves. Mother comes in a close second, as usual. Friends, whole family, and society. No one's blaming the aliens tonight. Who in your family modeled similar attitudes and feelings? Mom, dad, multiple people who raised me. Grandparents a little bit. Where do you feel it in your body? Throat, so that's going to be around communication. Chest, of course, that's usually heart. Heart and stomach. So people fearing that they're going to lose power, either in relationship or they've lost power being in relationship, will be claiming those pieces tonight. And we're not just tapping on relationship. You'll be able to aim this wherever you lost power. Thick, heavy, jagged. Okay. Protection, number one answer. Teaching myself a lesson. No, not tonight. People punishing themselves with this pain. Looks like we've got nothing below a 5, with most people 6, 7, 8, 9. Couple of 10s in there. Okay. So here's a note that says, if your issue has been a 10 for a long time, you may have gone numb. So starting with tapping on I can't feel or I'm numb is a really good place to start, if that's you. Okay, going back here. Here we go. All right, let's do some tapping. So massaging the chest. Big deep breath, big sigh. Think about your issue. Really focus on it for a second. Repeat after me. Even though I have this issue about, say what your issue is about. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Big breath, big sigh. Good. Tap the eyebrows. Even though I have this issue about, say what your issue is about. Tap your temples. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Big breath, big sigh. Good. Tap the cheeks. This issue. Tap under the nose. Say your issue again. My issue with what? Tap under the lips. I love and respect myself. Tap your chest. Even if I have this issue, say what the issue is. And I rate it at a what? What do you rate your issue at? What number of intensity? Good. Tap down to the front of your rib cage. See if I can lean back. You can see that point on me. Even if I have this issue and I feel it where? Do you feel it in your body? Tap the side of your ribs. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Big breath, big sigh. Tap the inside of the wrist. Even though I have this issue with, say the name of your issue again. And I feel it in my where? Throat, stomach, heart. Big breath, big sigh. I want you to bring compassion to that part of your body where this energy has been stored. What that means is that you're not fighting the issue, you're not denying it. You're just bringing some loving attention right where you feel that tension in your body. Tap the upper edge of your thumb. Big breath, big sigh. Tap your index finger. Good. And I'm just going to say here, in case you're new to this, you'll notice that the people on this call some of them are yawning, some of them are like, you can tell they're making noise. Yawning, off-gassing is part of the EFT process. Not everybody yawns. Some people feel heat waves, rushes of energy. They get sudden remembrances or downloads of information, flashes of memory. All that's really normal. Even little pains moving through your body. It's just old, stored stress coming out of your nervous system. So just relax and let it happen. And don't stop tapping if it starts to feel weird. That means that you need to keep tapping and breathe deeply and just surrender to the experience a little bit more to let the energy finish doing what it needs to do to come out. Tap your middle finger. Even though I have this issue, and it started way back when. Think about when this issue started for you. Tap your middle, the bottom of your fourth finger. It started when I was how old? Tap your little finger. Even though this started when I was really young, or even before I got here. Big breath, big sigh. Make some sound, people. It started way back then. Breathe. Send some empathy to whenever that was, even if it was before you had your body. Big breath, big sigh. Beautiful. Tap the top of your head. I love and respect myself. Tap the eyebrows. Even if I've been carrying this since, and say again when it began. Tap the temples and breathe. Tap the cheeks. Who do you blame, or who do you think may be involved in this issue? As in, where did it originate? Tap into the lips. I'm open to releasing this stuck feeling that started when who did what. Tap the chest. I love and accept myself. I'm open to releasing this feeling. Big breath, big sigh. Now just be open to releasing it. Not saying that you have to, but be open to the possibility that perhaps you could release this from your sweet body and that you've carried it long enough. Okay? Tap the front of your ribs. I love and respect myself. The side of your ribs, and you can tap either side of your rib cage. I deeply and completely forgive myself. Tap the inside of your wrist. Even if I've been holding on to this, then blaming who? A lot of people said myself, didn't you? Tap the side of the thumb. Big deep breath, big sigh. I'm open to releasing this blame. Tap your index finger. I deeply and completely accept myself, even if I continue to hold on to this blame. Big breath. Tap your middle finger, this blame. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. How long do I want to hold on to this blame? Ask yourself. You want to keep it till the day you die? It's totally up to you. Tap your little finger. It's safe to release the blame. Tap the side of the hand, even if it's technically this person's fault. Tap the top of your head, big deep breath, big sigh. Tap your bird. Back of the head, sides of the head. I'm open to releasing this feeling of tap the temple. What strong feeling do you have about your issue? What strong negative feeling do you have? Is it fear? Overwhelm? Sadness? What's the number one feeling? Big breath, big sigh. Tap into the nose. I feel really what? Tap into the lips. I feel really, say it again. Tap the chest. I love and respect myself, even if I feel this way. Tap the front of your rib cage. It's safe for me to heal this. Tap the side of your ribs. Let's do the other side this time. Even if part of me wants to hold on to this feeling, ask yourself why you would want to hold on to that negative feeling. At the inside of the wrist. I'm releasing this deep feeling of, and say the negative feeling again, and breathe. Good. Tap the side of the thumb. Even if I've been holding on to it because, and say why. Tap your index finger. It's safe for me to release this. Tap the middle finger, even if this is my traditional response. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Who would I be without this feeling? About, and then say your issue again. Tap your little finger. It's safe for my body, my mind, and my spirit to release this old expectation, this leftover energy from this other time and place. Tap the top of the head. I'm coming back into my body. And tap the temples. I need all my energy now. And tap the back of your head. I'm doing something more productive with this old, sad feeling. Tap the temples. So if I'm tapping on a feeling that doesn't really make sense for you, will you please say a different feeling while I'm tapping on the one that doesn't work for you? Tap the cheeks. Let's work on some sadness for the people who feel sad, either sad about feeling the way they feel or just sad because your issue makes you feel sad. Tap into the lips. Part of me is really sad. And tap the chest. Part of me feels really sad. And tap the front of the ribs. I love and respect myself. And the side of the ribs, even if I continue to feel sad. Tap the inside of the wrist, and I might. Again, you have the right to stay in this feeling until they put you in the ground. Or you could just bring some love to this feeling right now and see what happens. Breathe. This sadness. Tap the side of the thumb. This sadness. Let's turbo tap some sadness, shall we? Index finger. This sadness. Tap your middle finger. I'm releasing this remaining grief and sadness. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm allowing myself to come to peace with this. Tap your little finger. It's safe for me to come to peace. Tap the side of your hand and breathe. Good. Beautiful. And out it comes. Let's have a quick check-in and see where you're at with the numbers of intensity. So if you'd be so kind to go to the chat function, click it, and tap in how you're feeling about your issue now. How would you rate it on a scale of 0 to 10? You might even put emotion there. Like, oh, it's down to a 6 or it's down to a 3, and this is the main thing that I still feel. So we can be sure to get it, okay? So it's going down, it looks like. We've got feeling like a child, getting in touch with where it's coming from, moving down from a 6 to a 4, don't know, I believe it's possible, but I also feel further away from my doubt. Oh, I see, I don't know if I believe it's possible yet, but I do feel further away from my doubt. Good. Okay. Got some anger. Okay, good. Let's keep tapping. Even if I'm afraid of these underlying feelings, it's always good to tap for resistance. Okay, I'm still getting some chat coming in. Great, another aspect's showing up. Even though I'm afraid of really going here. Big breath. And the reason I give you that survey is so that you can start to see what's underneath it and you don't tap in just a superficial way. Tap the eyebrows. It opens up reference points in your subconscious that may lead you to a profound realization and a really deep clearing. Tap your cheeks. I'm afraid to go here. Tap under the nose. I don't want these old numb feelings to overwhelm me. Tap under the lips. I'm afraid to really go here. Big breath. Tune into your level of resistance. How much resistance do you have? Big breath. Tap the chest. What if I go here and I feel awful? Tap the front of the ribs. What if I go here and I get stuck? Tap the side of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Inside of the wrist, even though I'm afraid of these buried old frozen feelings. Big breath, big sigh. Tap the side of the thumb. It was so hard back then. Think about when this issue started. And there's this dread of going back to those feelings, but at the same time, the irony is, if we don't go back with some love, they just hang out in the background like ugly wallpaper. Tap your middle finger. I love and respect myself. Bottom of the fourth finger, even if I'm afraid and resistant. Tap your little finger. I understand why I'm resistant. Big breath and give yourself some compassion. It's totally natural to resist things that were hard before, or scary, or sad, or heartbreaking. Who wants to go back there? Not me, right? Except for if we go back with love, not just to torture ourselves or to stir up the past, but really to heal it. It will heal. Tap the top of the head. Tap the sides of the head and the back of the head. I'm open to forgiving. Who do you need to forgive? Tap the eyebrows. And for what? Say what that is. Tap the front of the cheeks. I love and respect myself. Tap under the nose. Even if I'm holding back. Tap under the lips. Too afraid to really go there. Tap the chest. I'm still forgiving myself for any remaining resistance. Big breath, big sigh. Good. Beautiful. Tap the front of the rib cage. I love and accept myself. And I'm open to releasing the fear. Big breath. Tune in and see if you have fear about this issue. I think fear is generally the number one feeling that people have. Tap the inside of the wrist. Part of me is afraid. What are you afraid of? In regards to this issue. Tap the side of the thumb. This strong feeling of, say the feeling again, maybe it's here, maybe it's something else. Big breath, big sigh. Tap your index finger. I'm open to releasing this feeling of, say it again. Tap your middle finger. It's safe for me to release this feeling of, say it again. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Even if I don't know who I would be without it. Tap the little finger. It's become part of my story and my identity. Tap the side of the hand. I've started describing myself to myself this way. Check in and see if that's true. Do the self-description about, oh, I'm the person that always has this experience. This is just how it is. That one's good for me. Tap the top of the head. I love and respect myself. And the sides of the head. Say it like you mean it. I love and respect myself, even if I've made up this identity based on these old feelings. Tap the eyebrows. What old feelings are you talking about right now? Tap the temples. The feeling of what? Tap the cheeks. I'm releasing this identity. Tap under the nose. Tap under the lips. And the story that what? What's the story involved? I'm always going to be alone, or it's too hard, or I'm worthless. Another way to say it is, what are the negative thoughts? That's your story. Tap the chest. I love and respect myself, even with the story of. Tap the front of your ribs. It's safe for me to heal this. Tap the side of your ribs. I love and respect myself, even if this idea that I'm what? What have you been telling yourself? Permanently damaged? Worthless? Always going to be alone? Tap the side of your thumb. I love and respect myself. And it's safe for me to heal this. Tap your index finger. I'm releasing the old story. Tap your middle finger that I picked up where? Where did you pick up the story? When I ask you where, it could be two things. It could be from the series of events that crystallized into this belief, or it could also be from watching someone in your family who carried a similar set of ideas and modeled that to you. So check in and see where you picked it up, this idea. Tap your little finger. I love and respect myself. Tap the side of your hand. Even if I tell myself over and over, say one of your negative beliefs again. And let's say that 4 or 5 times. I tell myself over and over and just repeat it like a negative little mantra for a minute. And the reason we're doing this is we're Googling inside your brain tissue where that idea is stored, and we're bringing compassion and love to that tiny little neural network that's malfunctioning, which then creates your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, your attitudes, your choices. Got it? I've been telling myself, say this crappy thing 4 or 5 times, okay? Big breath. Tap the top of your head. I forgive myself for picking this up from where or from who. And it's okay if you don't know. You can say, I don't know where I picked this up, but I'm willing to find out. And even that much might be enough to help you release it. I'm willing to release this idea of what? Say it again. This negative idea. Tap the cheeks. Big breath, big sigh, make some sound. Tap under the nose. I love and respect myself. Tap under the lips, even if I have this idea. Tap the chest. What new idea would you rather have? What would the positive opposite idea be? If it's I'm always going to be alone, maybe you could say all of creation loves me. And everywhere I go, love is present. But smiling, happy people are there to connect with me and greet me everywhere I go. Tap the front of your ribs. Say the positive idea now. Tap the side of the ribs. And you can tap both sides. You can see right here I'm tapping this side. I love and respect myself. Inside of the wrist, I'm doing the opposite wrist now. Big breath. I'm allowing myself a new possibility of, say your new possibility again. Tap your index finger and tap your middle finger. Good. Let's have another quick check-in and see where everybody is. So if you'll go to the chat window and chat in what your issue started at the beginning, say it was a 10, where it is now, maybe it's a 6 or a 3 or a 5, and what's still holding it together for you so that I can work on some of those things with you, okay? So we've got from an 8 down to a 4, sadness is clearing. Belief in self, we've got an 8 down to a 5.5, another 8 to a 5, we've got nervousness, holding it together. I'm writing this down. Okay. Just time for a couple more people to chat in here, so if you want to say something, this is the time to say it. There's a slight delay on my side, so I have to just be patient. Okay. I can't possibly heal this in one session. And it is starting to clear. Yeah. Good job. Okay, so we've got disgust. That's a wonderful one. Okay. So Robert, I suggest that you just stay with the underlying fear or memory, whatever it is. Looks like fear, but also think about the memory and focus on the event, if that helps. Okay, and someone else saying this has been with me for so long. All right. Front of the chest, here we go. even though this has been with me for so long. Big breath, big sigh. I love and accept myself. This has been with me for so long. Tap your temples. I love and accept myself. Tap the cheeks. I cannot possibly heal this in one session. Tap under the nose. It's been here so long. How is tapping about it going to really change anything? Big breath. Good. This might just be a waste of time. Tap the front of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Tap the side of the ribs, even if this is a waste of time and there's no way anything's going to change. Not significantly. Tap the inside of the wrist. I love and respect myself. Even if it'd be way too scary for these old feelings to magically melt away that fast. Tap the side of the thumb. It has to take a long time because the issue is really horrible. Tap the index finger. Big breath, big sigh. I see, this is helping. See those yawns, everyone? Team Love likes it. It has to take a long time because this issue is really horrible. Big breath, big sigh. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. It'd be really embarrassing if this started to really clear in just one session. Big breath, big sigh. Tap your little finger. Part of me feels attached because this issue's been horrible for so long. Tap the side of the hand. I love and respect myself, even though I think it has to take a long time. Tap the side of the head and be really difficult. And tap the eyebrows. Tap the temples. I love and respect myself. And say it like you actually do. Get in the habit of telling yourself, I love you and I respect you and I'm here for you. Tap the cheeks. Even though it's hard to believe in myself. Tap under the nose. It's hard to believe that I could release this. Tap under the lips. This feeling of what? And say what it is for you. And if it's not a feeling, this thought of what? And tap the chest. I'm forgiving my parents for however they contributed to this. Tune in and see if your parents modeled this, had the same kind of issues, or contributed to yours. Tap the front of the ribs. It's safe for me to forgive them. And if you can't forgive them, then I want you to say, I can't. Tap the side of the ribs. I can't forgive them. And tap the inside of the wrist. I can't forgive them. Give yourself permission to hold on to this grudge or this resentment towards your parents or whoever you feel kind of started this whole thing. Big breath, big sigh, even if it was you. Let yourself resent you. Tap your index finger. I'm releasing this from where it started. Big breath. Tap your middle finger. I'm allowing myself to make some real progress tonight. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. It's safe for me to make some real progress on this. Tap your little finger. Even if it's hard for me to believe, tap the side of the hand, that I could ever come to terms with this. Tap the top of the head, the back of the head. When tuning into your issue again, I'm going to ask you just to tune in and see what the number is and what the primary belief is that's holding it together. So just ask yourself, how intense is this issue and what's holding it together for me right now? Big, deep breath. Now ask yourself, what's my hidden benefit? What do I think I'm getting by holding on to this level of intensity and this key piece? And I'm not saying that it's your fault and you're bad and wrong. I'm just asking you to see, to bust yourself. Oh, my strategy is I'll protect myself by holding on to this feeling of, right? Usually around protection. Good. Let's go to the eyebrows. I'm trying to protect myself. From what? I'm guessing for the relationship people, it's having my heart broken. Tap the cheeks. That is a revelation, Jana. Really, really key. Tap under the nose. I'm holding on to this because, tap under the lips. I'm used to doing this by myself. It's safer to go at it alone. Tap your chest. I'm trying to protect myself from who or from what? I'm trying to protect myself from really connecting, from feeling so alive, from having the help I need. Tap the side of the ribs. Okay, so here's a tricky one. This issue is held together by all the other issues. The benefit may be that I don't have to deal with the other things. That is a huge revelation. I have this one main issue. I don't ever have to look at these other things. Or if I start to dissolve this, I will have to look at all these other things. Yes, you will. However, you have the fast forward button to get through it. A pneumatic power tool. So what do you want? You want to drag the mountain with you, or you want to get to shoveling? Tap the side of the thumb. I love and respect myself. Even if my strategy is, and then bust yourself again, just say it out loud what your strategy is. Good, tap your index finger. And I'm doing this in an effort to protect myself from what? Tap your middle finger. I love and respect myself. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger, even if this has been my strategy for a very long time. I'm seeing some heads nodding. I'm feeling some energy burping through my body. My strategy for a very long time. Let's say it again all together. This has been my strategy for a very long time. Wow, burps are good. Tap the side of the hand. I love and respect myself. Even if I'm just now realizing my secret strategy, tap the top of the head, which is, say it again, which is to what? And I'm trying to protect myself from, say what it is, tap your temples. Big breath, big sigh, ready? Tap your cheeks. Is this strategy really working for me? Ask yourself. Is it protecting you, or is it possibly creating the very thing you're trying to avoid? Check in and see. Usually a fear will manifest the exact fear that you're trying to avoid, because that fear is a form of meditation. It's actually a kind of a prayer, wishing, hoping, imagining, trying to avoid, but pretty sure it's going to happen, right? With that insistence comes reality. Tap the front of the chest. My old survival strategy. I've been doing this for so long. Give yourself some love. Big breath. Tap the front of your ribs. My old survival strategy. And tap the side of the ribs. Very good, Christina. She's realizing. Good. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm allowing myself to release this old survival strategy. Tap the side of the thumb. Even if I've been using it for how long? How long have you been doing this? You might find that what you're doing with this one issue, you might be doing across the board in lots of ways. And that's why tapping is so fast, because as you start to unravel one thing, one aspect, you'll find that other things related start to release and let go too. Okay? Tap the index finger. I love and respect myself. Tap the middle finger. I'm releasing my old survival strategy. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. It's safe for me to do this. And tap your little finger, even if I'm so used to doing it this way. And think about your survival strategy again and say what it is. Trying to avoid my other issues, or trying to get people to pity me, or going it alone. So that's the only way I can always do it. I have to go it alone. Tap the top of the head. I love and respect myself, and I forgive myself. I'm allowing myself, what would the opposite be? So if your pattern was going it alone, I allow myself to get the help, to really receive the help, and to enjoy being helped, to not feel alone anymore. I allow myself, if it's to get pity, maybe it's I allow myself to receive love instead of pity. Or I allow myself to get the attention that I need. Tap under the lips. If your pattern was one of avoidance, then the opposite would be I'm allowing myself to clear all the painful issues that I've been resisting and feel free and connected to myself and the universe. I know that may be hard to believe, but you've got to start somewhere. And, you know, we point to a mountain and we say, I'm climbing up that thing. You don't go, well, I'm going to meander and I'm not sure and I don't know. You say, I'm going up that mountain, and that's what starts your journey. You make a decision and you choose a big choice. I'm going to marry you, I'm going to have this child, or I'm moving over there and starting this new job. You have to start with that decision. So let's make that decision right now inside. So what would the opposite of your survival strategy be? Tap the front of the ribs. Let's have another quick check-in, shall we? Just to see how everyone's doing. So in the chat window, please put what your issue was at the beginning, where it is now as far as a number, if you can give it a number, and how you're feeling. Just a couple of words, how you're feeling now. We still have some time for tapping afterwards. So we've gone from an 8 to a 4 here, saying feeling tender. Okay. Christina says, finding a healthy way to let people enter and understand my world. Wow, what a powerful choice. Good choice. Great upgrade. Great, John is 6 to a 2. Yay! Jennifer from an 8 to a 3.5. She's very precise. Okay, we've still got a little apprehension there, but that's way better than it was, isn't it? I'll trade you a little apprehension for horror any day. Okay, and as we're getting these the feedback in, just please keep tapping and breathing and thinking about your issue. Okay, Gina's gone from an 8 to a 3, feeling more hopeful, a little bit unsure that it's possible, and that's okay. Going from total despair to a little unsure is still a really big step, and it has different consequences emotionally and energetically. It's okay, Robert. Hang in there. Hang out with the feeling of overwhelm. Just stay right there. You'll move at your own pace. Some people move more quickly than others. Some people are like a rubber band. They go, I see one who recognizes that laughing right now. Yes, she says. So we all move at different rates. Don't be hard on yourself. Okay, you found your antidote, Marco. Wonderful. Looks like you're about halfway there. Beautiful. Here we go. Massaging the chest. Even though I still feel, and say what you feel about your issue. Big breath, big sigh. Tap your eyebrows. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap your temples. I still feel, say the limiting feeling. Tap the cheeks. It's okay that I still feel this way. Say that 3 or 4 times. It's okay that I still feel this way, and say what it is you're feeling. Tap under the nose. It's okay that I still feel this way. And tap under the lips. Tap the chest. Even if this is as far as I get in this session. And it's okay if it is. But most people are more than halfway clear, and most people more like 75, 85%. It's okay if this is as far as you get. That's huge for a few minutes worth of your time. Tap the front of the ribs, especially if you've had this issue for longer than more than a few minutes. And I think you have. Tap the side of the ribs. It's okay if this is as far as I go. Period. Breathe. Give yourself permission to be right where you are. And really give yourself permission to be right where you are. Don't fake it. Don't just pretend you're giving yourself that permission. Just let yourself be okay with where you are for now. Breathe. Tap the side of the thumb. I love and accept myself, even if this is as far as I get. Tap your index finger. It would be really strange for me to suddenly start experiencing, and now say the positive thing that you're creating. Notice that you have a little resistance to the positive thing. It's embarrassing, but true, isn't it? It's like, ugh. Tap your middle finger. I'm a little resistant to having this, and say the positive experience. Because, why? Bottom of the fourth finger, because I don't want to be disappointed. Tap your little finger. I'm holding on and creating this limiting experience because I don't want to be disappointed and even start believing the positive experience could be real. Big breath, big sigh. Tap the top of the head. I'm releasing my fear of having, and say the positive outcome that you're creating for yourself. Tap the eyebrows. I want you to imagine the positive outcome of healingness. What would it be for you if you got your positive creation? How would that feel to your body? How would that look in your posture right now if that was healed? How would you be sitting there, tapping along with me if this were healed? Would you be sitting up straighter? Would you be more relaxed? Breathe. Tap under your lips. Think about it again. How would it be in your life? How would you be with other people? Okay, tap your chest. So Christina, you've just messaged us a really important thing that is so common, and I see this in circles all over the world for 10 years. It's almost like it's been the same group of people the whole time. We're all so the same. She's saying, people will expect more of me. So there's often a fear of added responsibility or having to show up at a bigger level. So we hold on to these limiting feelings, these even painful physical experiences in an effort to not have to take our lives, our actions, our activities, our belief in ourselves, and the responsibility that would generate to the next level. Tap the side of the thumb and breathe. If I heal this, then what? What bad thing? People will expect more from me. Or it'll be like it was okay, right? Like it wasn't a horrible bad thing if I get over this. Tap your middle finger. Even though I'm afraid that, say what fear you might have around having your good thing. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I love and respect myself. Even though I'm afraid of the added responsibility, stepping it up to the next level. Tap your little finger. Opening my heart that big. Taking my power back from the past. Tap the top of the head. I'm giving myself this new possibility. Say the positive possibility. Tap the side of the head, the back of the head, top of the head, tap the eyebrows. I'm releasing my fear of, say the thing that you were worried about again. Tap the cheeks. Tap under the nose. It's okay that I'm worried. I've never been in that new place. Tap the chest. I've never been in that new place. So it makes me a little anxious. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to be loved and supported. Tap the side of the ribs. And take my life to the next level. And tap the inside of the ribs. It's safe for me to heal this. Big breath, tuning into your body again. It's safe for me to heal this. Tap the side of your thumb. I'm allowing myself to grow and to evolve. Big breath, make some sound. Tap your index finger. I'm allowing myself to mature. Tap your middle finger. I'm allowing myself to go where I haven't been before. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm allowing myself to open up. Tap the little finger. To release this painful past experience. Tap the side of the hand, even if I have all these good reasons to hold back. Let's say that a few more times. I have all these good reasons to hold back. Eyebrows, all these good reasons to hold myself back. Tap the cheeks. All these good reasons to hold myself back. Breathe. Have them if you want them. Give yourself permission to hold on indefinitely. Under the lips. I'm willing to let these reasons go. Tap the chest. They are not giving me the outcome I truly desire. You can't have your reasons and your success at the same time. You gotta pick. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm releasing my old excuses and fears. Tap the side of the ribs. I'm releasing my old excuses and fears. Tap the inside of the wrist. It's safe for me to do this. Side of the thumb. It's really safe and it's time for me to do this. It's time. Tap your index finger. It's time for me to do this. Big breath. Even if I'm still a little worried that I'll lose love or connection. Bottom of the fourth finger, that I'll have too much responsibility. Big breath, make some sound. See if you can make me hear you all the way in Austin, Texas, from France. Breathe. There you go. I heard you, Maya. Tap your little finger. It's safe for me to heal this. I'm ready and it's time. I'm here to use this beautiful life for something useful, something powerful, something loving, something important to me. Breathe. Tap the top of the head. I'm willing to trade in my fear to get my power back. I'm willing to trade in my isolation to connect. Breathe. I'm willing to trade in my ego and the need to look good for getting started and moving myself forward. Tap the front of the ribs. And even if I make mistakes and make messes and have to keep learning and stretching out of my comfort zone, it's okay. I'm allowing myself to progress and move forward. Breathe. I'm allowing myself to be gentle and persistent. Good. Gentle and persistent. We're almost done. Breathe. I'm allowing myself to be gentle and persistent. Good. Bottom of the fourth finger. What else do you need to say to yourself right now? Tap all over your body. Tell yourself some really loving, supportive things. What would your very best friend, your guardian angel, your super team cheerleader be saying to you right now? Mine would be saying, have faith, be patient, I love you, you're protected, and the world is ready. Yay. So I would love to see one more time in the chat window how you are doing, how you are feeling. One more time with where your issue was from 0 to 10 when we started, where it is now. And a sentence or so. How are you feeling? How do you like the circle? And what your experience is. So we've gone from an 8 to a 3 here, feeling closer to myself. Yay. Good. And even as others are chatting in, you can tap and maybe even get a little more movement just by accepting what you've just written. Yay, life seems positive. Great, and notice the intensity of that feeling from horror to puzzled. What a huge leap that is. And just accept that puzzled feeling for now. That might be enough to move it even more, just accepting it. Yay. An 8 to a 2.5, discovered events in my conscious mind that I'd pushed away, a really tough nugget, grateful for knowing how I can move through it now with love and compassion. Yay! Gina says, great session. I feel more connected and committed to the possibility, from a 9 to a 2. Jana says, that was beautiful, from a 6 to a 0. Yeah, baby. Releasing my old behaviors and fears from my family's past through generations. I'm so happy to hear that. All right. Hang in there, Robert. The piece that you discovered tonight is the thing to tap on. That big piece. Okay? So thank you all so much for joining us. Please help us spread the word. Get on Facebook. comment on posts that you see that any of us are making. Let your friends know that help is here, that there's something that's really powerful and beautiful, and that you can move your stuff. You got the support. Take a little bit of time and bring some love to yourself, because this is the way we change the world. You change you, and everything around you shifts and changes. And you know what? As you get brighter and shinier, people are going to start coming up to you and say, I'll have what you're having, please. Where did you get that beautiful light in your eyes? Say, oh, I tapped out my fear with my beautiful online community. We show up and support each other every week. And we spin it up together. So thank you so much, you guys. Yay, I'm happy to hear 5 to a 0, let go of the rest of the fear, go into the next level. Yeah, baby. Ooh, ooh. So thank you so much for tapping with me, and I look forward to hearing from you on Facebook and emails about what your experience is, how we can improve the circle. We will do it if it's at all technically possible. And what's changing for you. You know, this is the beginning of a big community. We've had several hundred people looking at the website, and we've only been live for 3 days. So really excited. And I can't wait to see you next week. Bye.